You know the relationship is damaging. You have known for a long time, yet the decision to stay remains. This persistence is driven by neurological wiring that took hold before you even understood what love was. In the 1960s, British psychologist John Bowlby developed attachment theory. He identified a biological program that compels infants to form deep emotional bonds with their primary caregivers as a fundamental survival strategy. These early bonds create a lasting template. If we look at this relationship structure, the initial connection duplicates and projects forward, governing the types of romantic connections you seek as an adult. Long before you could articulate your needs, your nervous system internalized a specific definition of connection. These early, nonverbal experiences continue to guide your adult choices from beneath your conscious awareness. Psychologist Mary Ainsworth further categorized these internal templates, starting with secure attachment. This develops from consistent, responsive care. In adulthood, this manifests as a comfort with both intimacy and independence, allowing individuals to identify and leave damaging environments relatively quickly. Anxious attachment stems from inconsistent care, warmth alternating with absence. This creates an adult who perceives love as something that must be earned or chased, often mistaking toxic attention for genuine affection. Avoidant attachment is shaped by emotionally dismissive caregivers. The child survives by suppressing their emotional needs. As adults, they often gravitate toward emotionally unavailable partners, recreating the familiar sensation of longing from their youth. Researchers Mary Main and Judith Solomon identified disorganized attachment, which occurs when a caregiver is simultaneously a source of comfort and a source of fear. This creates a deeply conflicted internal state, where the nervous system seeks closeness while simultaneously perceiving it as a threat. This specific internal conflict is the primary factor associated with staying in high-conflict or dangerous relationships. When these early wounds interact with a volatile partner, they create a traumabond. This is an intense emotional attachment reinforced by a repetitive cycle of conflict followed by reconciliation. This graph illustrates the chemical reality of that cycle. During phases of rejection or coldness, the brain experiences a massive drop in dopamine. This produces a physical sensation identical to drug withdrawal. The reconciliation phase, the apology or the affection, floods the brain with dopamine. This relief is registered by the brain as an unparalleled reward, reinforcing the bond through the sheer intensity of the chemical surge. When we zoom out on this data, we see the pattern of intermittent reinforcement. This is the same unpredictable reward schedule used to maintain behavior in casino slot machines, making the cycle incredibly difficult to break. The brain operates under this powerful conditioning, eventually viewing the partner as the sole source of relief from the very pain that the partner provides. For a brain shaped by early attachment wounds, familiarity acts as a proxy for love. This pattern recognition is so strong that it persists even when the relationship becomes destructive. Looking at these waveforms, you can see how the brain prioritizes pattern matching. It registers emotional intensity and familiar dynamics as significance, often overlooking the lack of genuine safety. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher used fMRI, a tool that maps brain activity via blood flow, to study romantic rejection. Her findings revealed that these experiences activate the same brain regions associated with severe cocaine withdrawal. Further research in 2012 confirmed that social rejection stimulates the anterior cingulate cortex. This is the same region that processes physical pain, meaning the brain treats heartbreak as a literal physical injury. These studies suggest that the brain processes a toxic partner through the same neural reward pathways activated by addictive substances. To the nervous system, the partner becomes a chemical requirement for stabilization. This biological dependence is reflected in statistics from the National Domestic Violence Hotline, which show that survivors leave an average of 7 times before staying away for good. At the moment of separation, the attachment system activates at maximum intensity. This triggers a massive nervous system threat response, flooding the body with anxiety. The brain perceives the loss of the attachment figure as a threat to survival. This mimics the primal panic an infant feels when separated from its primary caregiver. Returning to a damaging relationship is often a biological override. The nervous system prioritizes ending the immediate panic of separation over the long-term rational goal of safety. These attachment patterns were originally strategies used by a child to survive their early environment. While these strategies are still active, they are operating in an adult world they were never designed for. Neuroscience confirms that these neural patterns are subject to neuroplasticity. The brain can reorganize itself through corrective emotional experiences, connections that provide consistent safety and predictability over time. Psychologist Daniel Siegel identifies this as earned secure attachment. This model shows how the brain can build new, secure pathways that bypass older, high-conflict neural knots by consistently experiencing safe relational dynamics. This process involves constructing a new biological foundation for connection, allowing the brain to eventually prioritize safety over familiar chaos. Understanding your biological wiring provides the foundation for change. These patterns were shaped by your past, but neuroplasticity allows for a different future. Your presence here, seeking to understand these mechanisms, is the beginning of that shift.